right, it looks like we are live this morning. Good morning, my fellow Michiganders. Good morning, my fellow Americans. Holy cow, do we have just great news for all of you that are watching right now. And I just want to let you know from the very beginning, just a little under 4 weeks ago, we were given a goal to get approximately around 20,000 petitions out with our movement. And we have great news, right, Ron?
We do indeed. Go
We
ahead.
have gotten so far to this date 50,000 petition kits mailed. And I'm going to let Ron go into details of that right now, what that truly consists of and what that number means in your monumental task that all of you, we the people, have done. Take it, Ron.
Well, the amazing thing is, when you think about it, I've had messages after messages, even last night, saying, where is there an update? How long is this going to take? I don't want to lose any hope. And what I have to tell you is, let's go through the process from where we started. We didn't even have the announcement, Garrett, until we got to the Tuesday after the 4th of July. So it was the 7th of July in the evening at 7 o'clock when we announced Unlock Michigan campaign. It was Friday the 10th when the first petitions were in my hand, and we talked about, here is a petition and what it looks like. And people had begun ordering them at that point. Those were when the first ones were actually mailed, was over that weekend, the weekend of the 10th, 11th, 12th of July. So we're looking at just over 3 weeks ago since the first ones were mailed. As you all know, that took 10 days. It took 2 weeks for them to start getting them in their hands. And here we are now. I think we announced at week 1 that we had 9,500 or so people that ordered petition kits. By week 2, we had 17,000 people. Week 3, we announced we were over 25,000, and that was, of course, last week. Now, we knew the number was bigger. We didn't know how big the number actually was, but we now can confirm that it's over 50,000 petition kits. That's over 200,000 petitions that have been mailed out to date. And that is an unbelievable. Now, understand, with just Stand Up Michigan alone, we're talking about 30,000 or so of these, and an additional 20,000 plus that have been reached through Unlock Michigan's Facebook advertising that I know all of you, or a lot of you, have seen on both our page and that. So, Garrett, I know you've seen a lot of those. They've been great ads we've been running, but the combined effort has been monumental and unheard of in both the state of Michigan for this type of campaign, as well as the country.
And that's where we can have a chip on our shoulder, because this has never been done. We are literally blazing our own trail. And I want everybody to realize these are petition kits, not just signatures. Because if you do the math, there is over potentially 2 million signatures that we can gather with what's being brought out right now. And Ron, should we give them the good news on how many good signatures that we have right now?
I think you should go ahead and give them the news, Garrett.
Well, we had just learned yesterday, and as we told you from the very beginning, we were always going to be transparent, but we have collected 100,000 plus good signatures so far, folks.
And to let you all know how, again, monumental this is, figuring they had to be received, they had to get the signatures, and they had to be returned. And so many of you had made the comments, I don't want to mail them in. A lot of you have. But a lot of other people are saying, where do I turn them in? And a lot of people are holding on to them, or they're sending them in batches. Now we have, and we talk about, again, Garrett, it literally was only in the last 10 days that the final 2 regional people were even hired. One from Northern Michigan, one from Mid-Michigan. We now have 6 regional people. They have assigned some county people. And what that has really done is, now there's a process in place where we are distributing additional petitions, a process in place where people can turn in their full or their petition sheets and signatures on a weekly basis. And those regional people are turning them in and getting them delivered to Lansing. We have a system in place to do that. In addition to delivering them to Lansing, we also have an ability for them to call in on Mondays and say, this is how many I have in my possession, and then they get them delivered. But then they are also looked at for some verification or just some quick glances to make sure the county's listed somewhere, make sure that the circulator signed properly. So being able to say that we believe we have 100,000 signatures verified at this point tells you we have more than that. But this is unbelievable at this stage.
And how many total do we need, Ron?
Well, we actually need 346,000 signatures to get verified signatures in order to get the repeal done. We're after 500,000 signatures. Now, what that really means, again, is considering we have 50,000 kits, which is 200,000 petition sheets, And you all know at 200,000 petition sheets times 10, how many is that? That tells you exactly what we have. We have 2 million potential signatures out there. If everyone who received a petition kit got only one of their 4 pages done, we would have 500,000. But we have also sent probably in the neighborhood of 25,000, maybe even more additional petition kits out to county headquarters, large scale events, whatever it is. So this isn't all that's out there. The energy is crazy. We're not stopping this through the month of August, but I believe that our goal, Garrett, that your goal of the 60 days is absolutely achievable if we have an August to remember, which I think we can do.
Absolutely. And I just want everybody out there right now listening, this does not mean that you take the foot off the pedal. We need you to push even harder. We don't want 500 anymore. We do not want 500,000. We want over 1 million. We want to make a statement. That is what we need to do. And we have the momentum for all of us to do. So don't stop. Keep going out. If you filled your petitions and mailed, get more. You can see right now, I just signed up my carpet cleaners that came in and say, you're the Stand Up Michigan guy. And they signed my petition. People want to sign it. You got to give that potential. You have to give that patriotism to people because they want to fight back, but they don't know how. And every single one of you out there that's circulating, you're giving these people an opportunity to fight back. And that means something to a lot of people.
It does. And collectively, it's amazing because in every county around this state right now, and we're just delivering, understand we're getting signs out, we're getting flags out for a lot of the corporate and larger events that have been taking place. These next few weeks are the absolute critical time. So many of you that have made your own homemade signs and sat there with tents on corners or in your front yard, it shows you the passion that is out there to repeal this law and return basically our freedoms. And we're seeing it all across the state. The governor is worried about it. And we know that all of you are doing something again that I don't believe people thought could be done.
No.
We're hearing this from the strategist. They're looking at us for a model. And I'm telling you, when we get the signatures and we get them turned in, our work isn't done because then the Secretary of State has to verify those. And we're going to put immense pressure on there because of the sheer numbers we're going to have turned in.
And that's a great point, Ron, because a lot of people are asking, what's next? What goes on? Is somebody going to drag their feet? And the next step after you collect the signatures is to go to the Secretary of State and they need to verify, correct?
That's correct. They have to verify the signatures. They have dragged their feet on other citizens' petition initiatives, but we believe we're going to have such an excess and we're going to have looked at the quality that we're going to push them, and the people, we the people, are going to put pressure on them to verify these signatures, to repeal that law. We know that we're going to be fought just like every other effort from this governor, but we have the power of the pen right now. We have the power of our voices as soon as those signatures are in place, and we have the power to mobilize us if necessary. And I believe that we are going to accomplish something that has never been done before. It's going to carry through the fall. Today is an important day. It's election day. Today is your primary day. If you have contested primaries, you need to get out and vote. You can basically, who it is that's going to support the repeal of this 1945 issue. And you also know of some of these House members who have voted, for instance, on a couple of these areas. They voted 100 and something to nothing on the whistleblower law. And then 40 or 50 of those House Democrats changed their mind and overrode, or they attempted to override the veto, and it was failed. They switched their votes, saying they didn't understand that what they were voting for the first time was so-called against Michigan law. It tells you they have no individual mind. They don't represent those people. They listen to their governor, who is making all their decisions and calling them irresponsible. And maybe it is irresponsible if they can make a vote in the following week, change their mind. If they didn't do their homework before that, why are we voting for them? So there's a lot to be done today. The one thing I want to point out, Garrett, is a lot of people are wanting to go take advantage of this opportunity to get people to sign unlock on the polling day. It is a terrific opportunity, but you have the 100-foot barrier from the front of a polling place where you cannot have a sign and you cannot be trying to get signatures. So we recommend go a block away to a park. Usually there's a park around a polling place, or an area that's a big corner, or if there's a parking lot that's down the street or whatever it is, and put your information out there. You know that there will be large amounts of people, both Republican and Democrat, that are going to be willing to sign. And today's the day when they're voting that they're likely to stop and sign some signatures, but just acknowledge and understand that barrier that we need to follow. Stay more than 100 feet away from any polling place today.
And that's a great point too, Ron, is not only to go back on what you said about our elected officials, and that's where getting over 1 million signatures is going to restore the power to who is we the people. They will listen and understand that they will be held accountable, and they can't just get the get out of jail free card to say, hey, I didn't understand that. I need to vote differently the next time. They better start reading things because they're going to be held accountable, especially when we have 1 million signatures from Michiganders who are not going to fall asleep on the watch anymore.
Right. And I think the reason that it's so important for the month of August is as soon as the primary is over, then everything is settled for November elections, which means that the campaign hits high gear for all of those that win their primaries and are headed. And that's when the door-to-door and the door knocking happens, is in the month of August and early September, which means that people are going to be going door to door with some of these unlocked petitions. They're going to be hearing a lot about who's running. And we just recommend all of you ask the question. And those neighbors and people that are saying, who do I vote for? Ask the question. Are you going to support or vote for the repeal of 45 if you happen to be sitting in that chair when it comes before you? Because if they say that they're not sure, or if they say no, then they are saying they do not want to have a voice. And if they do not want to have a voice for the people they represent, then why are they running?
Absolutely. 100%. Fantastic.
Yep.
I just want to go ahead.
We didn't expect, you just announced yesterday that we thought it might be a couple weeks till we could make our first announcement. I mean, and that's because we really didn't see. If you recall, I said, I think a week ago in one of my lives on a Tuesday night or Wednesday night last week, that they had more come in that previous couple days than had the week before. We didn't know what exactly those numbers were, but it tells you that it was extremely steady through the week last week. Don't hold on to your petition sheets. If you are either fined, go to basically the Stand Up at Michigan at Unlock Michigan group page. Look underneath those announcements. You can see the list of your regional people there. They'll put you in touch with the county person there to make sure that if you want to hand those over, they will have a place for you to collect those on a regular basis. A couple other things that people have talked about, if you're out there separating these or circulating this, is people have talked about petition sheets, and rather there are some that are not valid because they're not the same as theirs. They look like they've been photocopied. Those have not been photocopied, or at least the ones that we know of. They did print a lot of petitions for what they call paid circulators, which are supposed to be following certain guidelines. These are national people. Understand, this is how all these citizens initiative campaigns are done, is usually through paid circulators. They do not have an army like we have of volunteers. And so these people are trying to siphon off easy signatures rather than doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is going to hard to reach locations, post offices, and places during the day to get signatures. Those petition sheets just don't have the instructions attached because they've already been trained, and they didn't have to print all the extra paper to put those on. So those are real petitions. Ours don't have anything on the back either because it's only one sentence long. So therefore, everything is on the front of our petition, and that also keeps it clean so we don't have to worry about any smudges on the back side. So those are real petition sheets. However, if you run into a paid circulator outside your business, or if they drive by or drive up and whatever else, ask for their identification and take a photograph of them. If they are trying to recruit you to get money, they're trying to siphon off the people that you have, or they're causing trouble, take a picture of them and forward those to the regional person that you have there. They are going to get those to the regional or the paid circulator companies and make sure these people are taken care of, because they're not supposed to be doing what they're doing. Look, they're trying to it's free enterprise, right? That's what they're participating in. But again, they've not seen anything like what we've got going for us. So the energy is amazing.
Yep, and the biggest thing too is there's going to be a target on Stand Up Michigan's back now, because people are starting to realize what we're about and what we can do as we the people. And so again, everybody out there, do not take your foot off the gas pedal. We need you to hammer down even more now, and we're going for the million. We want to make a statement. We want to let everybody know what Michigan is about, because the entire country is watching us and has been watching us over the past several months. And it's because of all of you, we the people. So don't quit.
It is. Not only don't quit, but I mean, I don't see any quit in these people, Garrett. what we've been hearing, the energy, like I said, is through the roof. All they're doing is still crying out for petition kits. Again, if you filled it out, like Garrett and I have both said to you, and you did not receive any emails, just fill it out again. The worst case scenario is you get an extra kit in the mail. The other thing you can do is look up that regional person's email address, send it to them. They'll put you in touch with a county person or a place where you can stop by and pick up some petition kits in person. At this point, there should be enough out there, both by regionally and through the county people, that they should be able to give you a few sheets. And if you have an event that has that you need a larger quantity for, again, get in touch with that regional person. They all have boxes of petition sheets available to get to you in a quick manner. And we are separating some other things for big events this summer, August.
And what I want everybody that is watching this video right now, once this is done, or even if you can do it right now, we need to reach the masses. We have over 100,000 confirmed people that belong to Stand Up Michigan on our Facebook page. We know there's hundreds of thousands more, but they can't stand up. They can't speak out because they may have repercussions of their job and everything else. So make sure that you're sharing this video and all the videos that we do, so we can continue to have a voice for those people who cannot have a voice, and they can get this valuable information and be aware of what's going on.
And this one, again, share this particular video off of our page with everyone that you have that you know is like-minded or people you've worked with, because if they just happen to miss this one, they're going to miss that updated count. And believe me, they not only know and believe that there's hope here, but honestly, success is on the horizon, as we said, but it's not because of Garrett or I or Stand Up Michigan. Stand Up Michigan only represents you, which is we the people. It is not about an organization. The organization is you. And that's what's so unique about what we are and what we stand for, is we simply are the overall collective voice of you. And we're going to continue to be that. And our method is to get this done in August and in September at the very latest. And then it's to put pressure on the legislature, and it's to carry this through the fall and get this thing repealed as soon as possible.
And so many times in the past, people couldn't fight back. They didn't know how. And now we have a platform to do just that. And folks, your voices are being heard. So continue to grind with us, and we'll continue to be the lantern in the darkness of today's challenges. And we will be that beacon of light, that beacon of hope that so many of us out there that need it. God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan. And God bless these United States. You have anything else to add, Ron?
Nope. Just have a great day. Get some petitions signed over this next weekend.
Right.
And believe me, we're getting there. Spread the word.
Spread it. Talk to you all soon.
See you later.
Bye-bye.